Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Quach, an associate professor in banking finance at the Lincoln International Business School. Today, I'm introducing to you the Bloomberg terminals that are now available to all students at our school. You may or may not have heard about the Bloomberg, but I just want to say that nowadays, in a challenging and uncertain global job market, bridging the gap between the theory and practice has become a top priority for university to help students to be able to compete in the job market. The Bloomberg terminals provide students with marketable and real-world data and skills. At the Lincoln International Business School, we want our students to get ready and to be familiar with Bloomberg before they start looking for jobs. Students can enjoy access to real-world and up-to-date data to perform various tasks. They can learn how to analyze financial markets, evaluate economic scenarios, and interpret key news developments that impact the global economy and markets. Especially at LIBS, we have the Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund that is run by students that invest in shares of companies listed on the London Stock Exchange. And students can use Bloomberg data to manage their real-world portfolios. This practical, real-world experience builds skills, knowledge, and confidence needed for the changing business environment and enables them to get ready for the job market. So, what is the Bloomberg terminals? The Bloomberg terminals is both hardware and software system. You can see around me are the network of computers that are all connected to the Bloomberg data. And on each computer, you can use Bloomberg software to search for almost all data and information about the economy, about the financial market, and about the companies that you want for your study. What contents and data that Bloomberg provides? I can say that almost all news and data needed for your study is available, both live and historical data. So five main categories of contents and data that you can search for on our Bloomberg terminals. The first is about the news. It's all about the news about the global economies, sectors, industries, or companies. You can find information such as the monetary policies, the consumer trends, the corporate earnings, M&A announcements, and so on. You can also search for company information. Almost all data about most companies listed on stock exchanges around the world are available. And you can find their financial statements, their management team, their valuations, their historical performance, and so on. The industry, you can find data and on the sector and the industry that you want as well. And of course, macro data, all the key data about a country, such as the GDP, the inflation rate, the interest rate, both current and historical performance available. And last, you may want to build up your portfolio of investments. So you can do the investment screening. You can use the criteria and the screening software to build a list of securities that meet your requirement. It could be screened and sorted by countries, by index, by sectors, by fundamental valuation or technical indicators. I used to be an investment banker before I joined this school. So I have to say that almost all data you need as a student is available on Bloomberg, and we have it now. And more than that, it gives you the access to live data and news, not just historical data. So how you can use the Bloomberg for your study? As a student, you can imagine that you either you are undergraduate or postgraduate student. You will normally have to do things like assignment, coursework, research projects, presentation, and exams. And all of this requires some sort of data. And obviously, Bloomberg is where you need. If you want to write about a company, you can go to Bloomberg for the company information, where you can find everything from financial to management, from historical data to live data, and then latest announcements. You will also see that almost all data you need is there, and you can always download it, analyze it, and use it for your study. Or if you want to write about the economy, about a sector, or an industry or stock market, again, you can get data and news from Bloomberg. Not only the raw data and information, but you can find also commentaries from experts that surely will help you build up your ideas for your study and research. And especially if you work for the Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund, you will be trained how to use Bloomberg to perform the task as an analyst, to use data to perform the valuation in order to propose and to make investment decisions. The above are just, examples. And I'm sure that you are here, when you are here, you will enjoy it much more than what I can say. And the last thing, I just want to emphasize why it is important to be ready with Bloomberg. When you study business in general, or accounting and finance, banking, and economics in particular, you will find that you are learning to make decisions. Making decisions is not just about solving problems. In the world today, if you want to be successful, you will have to make decisions under uncertainty. This means if you are not just given a problem to address, but you have to identify the problems by yourself, and then you find the solutions to address these problems. And that is why I say, and that is what I say, the challenge-based learning approach, in which you are given the objective and you will have to do everything to achieve the objective, rather than you are given the problems and you finding the solution to that problems as in traditional approach. Now with Bloomberg, we can follow the challenge-based learning approach better. For example, at the Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund, we set the objective of financial return or the social return for each portfolio that we invest. And the analysts, the students, we do their best to identify the suitable opportunities. They have to screen the whole list of companies, markets, and select the most suitable one. And then they have to persuade the investment committee and finally make the decisions on investment. But it's not just that. They will have to monitor the portfolio frequently to adjust the investment based on the market performance. And we call that process the rebalancing process in order to maximize the potential investment returns, both financial and social. That experience cannot be gained from textbook or purely from lecture. From our view, learning from working and making real-world decisions would make students understand the lecture and the theories better. And then they can apply those theories to their life and their careers afterwards. Many of our students have enjoyed this approach, and we get and they get the job they dream for with advantage of having this real life experience. Now, with the Bloomberg, I believe that this practical experience is even more valuable to our students, much more than before. And I hope that when you join us, you can find this is the most memorable experience you have at the University of Lincoln and at the LIBS. Thank you very much for listening and hope to see you in the future. Thank you.